So the other day I ordered a chicken and an egg online. That's what you say, Earl. They ain't getting any better.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Mardigrasman23 here, and I am on my phone again because apparently it's my laptop, which is only giving me issues with our StreamYard. So I'm here. I'll be here on my phone, on my Wi-Fi. Don't understand what's wrong with my laptop. This is Joey's channel. He's over there. That's BrickTrains. You know Jabo. He's down in the corner.
In the dark.
Number 36. He's number 37, but he's number 1 in our hearts. And down below is Stacey coming back from, where was that you went?
BrickFair, Virginia.
There you go.
We're gonna have to get Earl to calm down, though. You're fiddling. Your bandwidth is okay. Yeah. So you just came back from BrickFair. So you came. Did you like it?
I loved it. After I got back, I was like, I should have done the whole 5 days instead of just
I knew it.
the 2. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I missed out on the majority of the event by only going to the public days. So, but I had a really good time at those 2 days anyways. So it was.
Do you feel like you got to see all of the mocks and displays and stuff, or?
I'm not sure. It was madness. So I think I probably missed a lot. There were a few people that I had hoped to see that I'm like, I just couldn't find people. So some of them, I don't remember exactly what they look like too. I've talked to them for years, but you don't see them, like they don't post themselves. So I'm like, I don't really remember who I'm looking for, but a lot of people approached me, which I was really happy about. And everybody was so nice. And this is the first time I've met any of my like Lego friends in real life. So that was amazing to actually get to just talk and hang out for a little while.
Yeah, it is pretty neat when you've known somebody for so long, and then it's like you meet them for the first time, and it's like you haven't really though, right? I mean, these people. Yeah.
Everybody was just like, "You're so short."
Oh no.
You look a lot taller. You look a lot taller on the YouTube.
It's funny. Yeah, I think everybody looks taller online, I think.
Well, just from here up, that's all.
Exactly.
So yeah, I guess so this will be this was your first con, so it'll always be your favorite from now on.
Probably.
I think, yeah. I mean, just kind of just I don't know, sways your thought process about it.
Right.
I'm not.
Does it make you want to go back and set something up?
Yes, I'm starting on my first mock in a long time. So, I was super inspired. People are so creative. I mean, I already started working on it, and I've only been back, for 2 days. So, I'm super excited to have my own mock to display at the next one.
That'll be
yeah. And going for the full 4 days, 5 days, whatever it is, it'll be, you'll have the time to talk and meet even more people and do more of the activities or whatever else you want to do.
Loud. So it was like, I'm talking to people and focusing when there's so many other people around, and so many people coming at you. It's like, I feel like I got like 5-minute bursts with everyone, but the earlier days I could probably get some more good conversations in.
Yeah, it's like you like the public days as an exhibitor. You like them because that's where some of the people. That's the only time you're going to get to see them. Mm-hmm. But the non-public days are so much less stressful.
Yes. Yeah, I was definitely overwhelmed, and I'm glad you could like come and go as you wanted to, because there were times I just was like, I need to get out of here and get a little bit of fresh air and then come back in.
Right. The non-public days too gives you an opportunity to talk to a specific person that's setting up and stuff, and without the public, because it's so super crowded when they're there. Mm-hmm. And then also you get go to go to lunch with a group of people. That's always a
Right.
big deal, you know. And there's I can't remember. Well, all we've ever done is BrickFair Alabama. So I'm not sure BrickFair Virginia has a lot more social activities on the non-public days. Well, I know you don't. Earl or Jabbo knows. Don't you?
I don't know. I've never been.
I thought you set up Virginia.
No, I went to Philly.
Philly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and I imagine there is a lot going on.
Yeah. It's, because it's a 5-day event, right? Total 4-day event.
I think it's 5. I don't know about Philly, but I think BrickFair Virginia was
Virginia. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's like Brick World Chicago starts on Wednesday and goes through Sunday. So there's a lot going on in those evenings. You know, they got quite a bit of stuff to do, but that most of the stuff that people do is just hang out. So.
Right.
Yeah. So how long was the one in Chicago, Joey? How many days was that?
It's Wednesday to Sunday. So
it seems like a
5
job.
days. Oh, it's a workout. Yeah. Me and my wife went the first time we ever went to any con. We took stuff, and that was a big mistake.
Oh.
What you did was probably the best way to do it. Go and just kind of figure it out and see what it's like. But yeah, we took a small layout and some displayed train mock stuff that I had, and it was like, you talk about overwhelming. It's like,
and that's like the biggest one, right?
Well, everybody's there's always. Yeah, I think it is, but it's also my first one, so that's the one I always want to go to. So.
Right.
I'm afraid to go to anymore because if I go to them, they get canceled.
Well, that's
that's me. I put companies out of business and Lego conventions. So.
Well, let's not put any more Lego conventions out of
business. I hope not.
You got amazing.
Yeah. So you have the one out. Yeah. You got the new one in Atlanta coming up, and I'm still trying to get you guys to come to Chicago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it just didn't work out this year. It was like when Atlanta came, I wasn't available to go. When Chicago came, I wasn't available, and then last week I wasn't available. I wanted to go. I had planned on going to Virginia this year, but I wish my life would level off where I have a free weekend.
Yeah. It's all either time or money. It's like or another that gets in the way.
Or both.
Yes. Yeah.
For me, or both. So, you have a vault set for us, Stacey?
Yes.
We'll talk about that for a minute. You always come up with these.
She makes me so jealous with all this.
I make you jealous.
Yes.
It's always the other way around. I'm always watching your videos going, how does he get all of this stuff?
I'm old.
Well, the thing is now he's got to go find it.
Yeah, that's
true.
This is one of my best bulk lot finds. I got a bulk lot for $35, and this was in there. So this is completely one of my pride and joys.
So this is the space lockup isolation base?
Yes.
Space
I love it. The mechanical features.
Oh, I was going to say, it's got some great stuff.
It's little...
So it came out in 1989, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The little jail bars with the red, those are so cool. It's like laser beams, right?
Yeah.
It's lasers.
Yeah, I love that they did that.
And it was some of the other sets had the same, in the Space Police had the same kind of little jail cell.
I think they're compatible with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I know, so cute.
So did in the bulk lot, were there any pieces you needed to kind of find, or did you have...
I needed to replace I replaced the base plate because it had some damaged studs, and then I replaced actually the Technic rack, the long one. It was like turning white, which was kind of weird.
It's a different type of plastic, I think, on those.
Yeah, it feels softer to me, so I did replace that too. But I think other than that, it was complete. So
nice.
not too bad for, a pretty rare set, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of, this was a $26 set, right? And it's now,
my gosh.
yeah, now it's going to cost you, $1,300 on the high side. I'm assuming that's a sealed set, and still $200 for a used one.
Yeah.
So,
I don't have the instruction manual for it, but the instruction manual isn't on display, so I'm like, at least the set looks good on display.
Yeah,
I always get that.
That is a very cool set.
Nice.
Very cool set.
Yeah.
Did you see a lot of space displays or anything at Virginia? Was there a lot of, or was it dominated by trains?
There was a lot of trains, a lot of space. I really like when people recolor space sets to be different themes and that kind of stuff. There was a lot of that, and then a lot of castle, I'd say.
A lot of castle.
Yeah.
Did they have a great ball?
Everything was lit. Everything was moving. I was impressed. I'd never seen stuff like that in person.
BrickFair. Did they do a what do they call it? World of Lights? Well, yeah. Did they do a World of Lights, or do you know?
I don't know.
So you call, because you just did the public days, so you don't. It's interesting. I haven't seen a lot of, as maybe I'm just not following the right people. Would be the thing. Instagram, like Brick World, there were so many Instagram posts and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And I haven't seen as much from BrickFair, Virginia, but I just may not be following the right people.
I've noticed that too. Maybe I'm not following as many people, but there was not much as pre-Vic or during the BrickFair content. I know a lot of people will probably do their videos after when they get home and they can edit and stuff.
Yeah. Fick and Brick was there, and he was doing live streams several times, so I watched some of his stuff. I think I saw him do World of Lights. I think they did a World of Lights at night.
They usually do.
Yeah. That's really cool. Everything lit up. And
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Did they have a great ball contraption table or the balls running around? No.
Not that I remember right off, but I do feel like I missed a lot. Because there were certain displays that you couldn't, they were so surrounded that you couldn't get to them. So
yeah, that's the problem with public days.
Yeah, when I got there on the first public day, there was a line way out the door. I don't even know for how long. And my brother and I went, and we're trying to find parking. And I was like, oh no, it's going to take forever to get in. But that was apparently if you didn't have tickets ahead of time. So we were able to get right in because we had pre-bought tickets. But it was still so crowded. So.
Well, it's good that it's good they had the big turnout from the public.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of why Alabama died. They didn't.
So it's done? They're not doing.
Yeah, they're not doing it anymore.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the one in New Orleans, I think, was a one and done.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
What is his name, Jabbo? Todd. Yeah. He's a really nice guy, but is Virginia the last one he's got going that's a continuous one? Or is he now, like you did, like New Orleans, is it just the one and done ones kind of deal?
He's got one. I thought he had one in either one of New Jersey or something. I don't know that.
For New Jersey. I guess I could look at his website and see. Yeah, I think you're right. There's another one. New Jersey.
I'd be interested in that. That's not usually too far. So,
yeah, you guys on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I looked at it. I thought, well, I wonder how hard it would be to drive just from where but it ended up like 10 or 12 hours for me or something like that. It was plus across the mountains.
Chicago, I'll have to fly. So I'm saving now for next year.
Oh, nice.
There was a lot of social media people at BrickFair or Brick World this year. A lot more.
Right.
I think it just keeps getting more and more, which is kind of cool to see all the people. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised by how many people fly with mocks and how many of them get destroyed.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
There would. mean, you'd have to ship them or something. Chicago's good enough or close enough for us. It's only 6-hour drive, so it's
that's not bad.
You know, we were able to transport. But I haven't, other than BrickFair, Alabama, I haven't taken anything back to Brick World again. It's just so big, and it's this year they actually were requesting people to give up space because they ran out of space.
Wow.
But
I
wonder
also how much they did where they like how many people they told no, or I wasn't sure. People came with mocks that were super tiny and some were massive, so I wasn't sure like what the discernment was there.
Yeah, and Brick World and BrickFair do it differently. Brick World, best I remember, is you can request like a quarter table or a half table or a full table, and I think 6 or 8 foot. But I think BrickFair is more. Don't they do theirs by like square footage or something? Do you remember, Jabo?
I don't remember. It was so disorganized in Alabama. I don't think you can compare what I experienced in Alabama versus Virginia, because there's always so much free space.
Yeah,
like they were trying to fill stuff up, whereas I'm sure Virginia is probably more easy to get.
Yeah, and it's tough though because you don't know. Yeah, everybody brings a mock, and you kind of try to describe how much space you need, and I'm pretty sure the two ways that they do it are both inefficient. Because if you request a half a table, but you only put 3 or 4 small things on there, then you've wasted that space, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, in Alabama, we were always trying to just fill up the table space with it, so we ended up spreading things out. Yeah. But Alabama was a much smaller show than both of those shows, so. So I was going to talk about apps, and you just did a video about your Curiosity rover.
Yes, I didn't know that when I bought it, it had an app that you could use with it. And I said, I'll try it, which is unusual for me.
I found it unusual that you actually installed it on your phone and everything.
And the amazing things, I actually figured it out. Usually I can't figure things out because there's no directions.
Right.
And so it took me a while to realize you got to hover where the thing gets where it's pointing to the feature you want to open up. But it does stuff. I can see where kids might like it. It's a virtual. It makes it. It wasn't as good as the picture on the app looks, like where it looks like the rover is actually on Mars. It's just a few random rocks here or there that you can go and dig, and it actually shows you what each of the features of the rover does.
Yeah.
And so that you can learn about those features through the app.
Nice.
I'll probably never use it again.
Well, do you think the cost of that app is built into the retail?
Well, when you go to the app, it's actually for a bunch of different Technic sets. But I would think it tends to raise the cost. Now, I did find something unusual because I couldn't remember what I paid for. And so I went on Bricklink, and there are people selling it for $70, but the retail price is $100.
Oof.
They're selling it new, sealed in box for $70. Everybody in Asia and Europe, and I'm like, is it cheaper over there?
Interesting.
I found it on clearance.
Already? Yeah.
I found 2023 sets on clearance at Walmart. So I don't know what's going on.
I think might be that Lego's oversaturating their market. And,
I think so.
Well, it might be that they got new sets, and then when they did their reset, they weren't in their planogram, so they had no home for it.
Mm-hmm.
Earl, am I right when once Walmart has possession of those sets, those are their sets, right? They paid for them. It's not like Lego is handling
Lego might give them some kind of markdown monies. That's why a lot of their a lot of their clearance is across the board now, except for some rogue neighborhood Walmarts. It's pretty much standard where, you go in 10 different Walmarts and 9 of them are going to have the same clearance prices. Because I talked to a lady one time who was marking them down, and she was actually marking down the clearance table. And I asked her about the Lego sets, and when she went to mark them down deeper, she said her system was locked and they wouldn't. It was a corporate markdown. So I'm kind of guessing. I'm thinking that's when it gets to a certain point, Lego probably gives them some scan back money. Everyone that goes to the register, they probably give them a little credit.
Okay.
Probably not much, but
right.
I've had that happen a couple of times. It's very rare that I happen to be in there when they're doing like that final markdown.
Right.
And I had a couple of sets. I think they were friend sets, and they were already like 70% off. And I asked her because she was marking some other stuff, and I said, "Are these really going to be like $4 or whatever?" And she said, "Oh wait, $2 or something." I mean, it's like it's even more of a ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it's like 90-something% off. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll get all those."
Yeah. Now some stores that if you ask the right person, they'll go cheaper for you. But a lot of stores, they just go with whatever it's supposed to be.
I think my Walmart's too worried about loss prevention at the front door, so I don't even hardly go in if I don't have to.
Wow.
Sometimes when it's a good clearance and I go through the self-checkout, I feel like I'm stealing.
You're going to be on their watch list.
At the last clearance, I had someone come over and they were like, "I think you missed scanning one." I hadn't, but
oh wow,
yeah, the machine locked, and I was like, they knew I was getting too many good Lego deals. So
that can't be right. She's hacked the system or something.
What's okay? So Stacey, what did y'all call a shopping cart in Virginia?
I call it a shopping cart.
Okay.
I don't typically hear people say buggy.
Okay, I call it a buggy.
Yeah,
we
think
I'm
a little too far north.
They're buggies down here.
So it's like what's the most shopping carts anybody's had?
Yeah.
Well, you're probably gonna win. The most I've ever had is 2.
That's the most I've ever done at once.
Okay.
Is 2.
Well, but that wasn't Lego either. You win on Lego.
That was Heather's buggy.
Yeah. That was a grocery buggy.
When I worked at night, I went into a Walmart that had some really good clearance. It wasn't, I say really, they had some things on clearance. This was before there were self-checkout lines everywhere. I got behind a woman that had 2 buggies of food items, and she had coupons.
Oh gosh.
And the WIC cards and all that. It took forever. But I was patient. I didn't have anywhere to go.
I was gonna say you chose to get behind her though.
Yeah. It's like I thought about do I want to wait? And I waited. So
I like doing self-checkout now that it's available, just because then you can make sure each item rings up the price you thought it was going to, without like inconveniencing whoever's supposed to be, checking it out. But otherwise, I would just go through a regular line.
I don't like self-checkout.
Well,
I'll tell you, I like it at Dollar General now.
Yeah.
Because if I get a food item, I don't have to hand it to the person.
Oh,
that's true.
The new dollar store that opened up by my house, there's 1 register and 4 self-checkouts. And the one person who's always working in the store is in the store working, and you just hardly ever comes up to the front. It is really self-service.
I was gonna say Dollar General is like the most understaffed store ever.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
But I don't mind self-checkout since I work in a grocery store. It's I love self-checkouts because I can just bebop and in and out, and I know a lot of the produce codes. I can.
Awesome.
What is the Stacey? What's the oldest? Not the oldest. When you were a kid, where do you remember shopping at? Like, did you like a Kmart or?
Yeah, we did have Kmart. I do remember getting good Lego deals there. KB Toys.
Oh yes,
Loved KB Toys because we didn't have a Toys R Us close by. So, but we did have a KB Toys, and then just Walmart. So, yeah.
See, I'm old enough that we didn't have Walmart. It was Kmart, Airway, KB Toys was a good one. KB Toys was in the mall. That was like upscale.
They just demolished our mall in like the last year. I mean, KB Toys had gone out long ago, but they just finally took it flat.
Isn't it sad that malls are no more? Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big deal when they first started. Back in the olden days.
The mall that is so the town Evansville, Indiana. So
Joey, if you got a mall and you don't have a Walmart,
I don't. Evansville has apparently the first, and it's still there, the first enclosed mall. It was a Sears, right, and then it had a mall, but apparently way back then it was the first one that was under roof. Or that's always been its claim to fame. It's about ready to be demolished too. I don't know. It's crazy. It didn't have a toy store in it, so I didn't care too much when I was a kid.
So
we got sidetracked. Back to this Fusion in the app.
Oh yes, we got off of apps. So yeah, Fusion came out. I don't know if I can sell it. It only came out in 2014, so it's not terribly old, right? But
it's 10 years.
10
That's
years.
ancient in technology years.
I guess it is, but it was one of these things that you. Let me see if I can share the picture.
You can pay too much for bricks.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. You built your model, and then you used the app, so presumably your phone on your app, to build this little city that they had in there. Now there was only 4 of them, there was only 4 sets. But yeah, the app is already, you can't download it, you can't get it. I contacted Lego.
If you downloaded it, would it still work?
Good question.
If you still had it?
I don't know.
See, I had it on my phone. I was looking for it, and I was like, well, I guess I deleted it because I did have it at one time, I thought.
Probably with like an iOS update, or it'll probably knock it off eventually.
Oh,
eventually, probably, yeah.
You need something that's off of the internet.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to see if there was it just says app included, which, I was wondering if it was like a PC based one, you could probably still find that. But since it was a camera based program, it almost had to have been your phone. Although
I think to keep those apps on the App Store, they have to pay Apple. So they probably were losing money. So they just.
Well, so what did we decide on the hidden side? Because that's a newer one. Was that app still there?
I couldn't find it in the Play Store on Android. But I mean, I don't. And how old is that? Did we decide it was 3 years old, 4 years old?
Yeah, I think
it's not that old. I mean, and it's 5 or less, isn't it?
It's 5 or less, yeah.
It's frustrating with
Lego
anything
video
with apps.
There though, we're all okay.
Oh, video
is
thank
still
goodness.
It's the worst one.
Yes.
Stacey, did you with video? Did you know that they sent out? They paid influencers to promote video that were not in the Lego space. Did you know about that? So there's a lot of young people that were like big on YouTube in the kid vlog type stuff. Like everything's surprising and amazing to them. And so I had the pleasure of watching. I watched almost all of them. It was so cringe because every single one of them, they were super excited, and it was it was such a great app, and they were looking forward. They had all these things they were going to, they actually had a contest, like somebody could be a director for a video that obviously never got made.
Right.
But how much money did they pay these people to make this content?
Yeah, and you could get those video sets for like 70% off or more. They couldn't give those things away.
No.
It's like, how did they not know it was going to fail?
I'd love to speak to the marketing team to find out what they're being told the people want, because it's never the same stuff I hear or I want.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I understand like kids might like different things, but you know what? So video, I think they expect it to be something like TikTok. Mm-hmm. But what's the big difference?
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Because you have, with TikTok, you can like save your content that you make and you can publish it, and you can, but with like video, it's like you were locked into this app. You had no control.
Yeah, that's true. I've never downloaded an app. The only Lego related stuff I had was PC games, like the Rock Raiders.
Oh,
game,
wow.
Which I actually really enjoyed that one. It was a little stressful because you'd run out of oxygen, but but that one and like Lego Racers on Nintendo 64. So I feel like they'd be more successful if they sold it as a game and instead of an app that will eventually stop working. But everything's a subscription now. Everything is limited time. So I guess they're not interested in that.
So this generation, I think you're going to have a lot of things that people were used to doing. Like you say, it is successful. Well, 10 years from now, it won't work.
Right.
Whereas people can still play their Nintendo 64.
I started buying DVDs again because I'm sick of paying streaming. And so I'm buying all this old stuff that I love to watch so I don't have to pay for all these subscription services. So I know they're going to get rid of DVDs at some point because it's too permanent.
That's why I keep getting those Rocket Money app ads.
Probably.
What is this generation going to do when the nostalgia does kick in and their whole life was digital?
Yeah, that would make me so sad.
Because we go hunt down the physical things that we had when we were a kid, and they're not going to have that. And
I think of that even for like TikTok. Now I repost all of my stuff onto other social media, but your account gets banned. Everything you've ever made is gone if you haven't saved it. So so it's like, I mean, I assume it's like that for most things, or most apps, but it's like one click of a button and everything you've ever done could be gone forever. So,
wow,
I don't want to lose all of the digital memories I've created. So, yeah,
I never thought about. I mean, I'm obviously not a TikToker because I am definitely wrong age for that. But yeah, I mean, all my YouTube stuff, I still have a physical copy of. But I'm also old. I have an old school computer and whatever. But yeah, that's interesting. I never thought of it that way. That even to just lose all your content, that would be weird. That would be devastating, I guess.
Yeah.
I was pretty upset when I lost a hard drive. So
right. No, your whole life can be on a hard drive. So that would be devastating. All the pictures, if you don't have printed copies. Yeah.
Amazon Prime photo backup.
Smart.
Doesn't get the videos though. Doesn't get the videos. So, where are we at?
App stink.
I think we got that one. Yeah. So, did everybody? I know we're in different places when it comes to collecting the CMF minifigures, but they announced the new Marvel Series 2. There's a few of them there that look pretty cool. I'm going to get them all. That's just my MO. But they're going to be in a box.
So I can't see it because it's on my phone, but somebody sent me today. There's already a list of all 12 of them with the actual weight of each one.
I wish I could find that picture real quick. I seen that too. but out of the 12, it's like 3 of them weigh
Yeah.
17 grams and
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
So it's
So
still gonna be.
I guess that means we're just gonna have to go in the store with our little postal scale.
I saw somebody post that like theirs was all scratched up because there was no protection of it. You know, it's just floating loose in the box.
Oh, it's not in a bag inside the box.
Oh, really?
That's what someone posted. So I don't know for sure. That's just what I saw online.
I hadn't seen any actual ones yet. Now there's also a story that I think each box is going to have 4 sets, and if you get a new box, a whole row is supposed to be 1 set. So.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
like
could grab them. Yeah. Okay.
They're like double stacked, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and each row is supposed to be a whole set.
I don't know.
You know what would be really great?
What would that be?
It's just people just didn't buy them.
Yeah.
I'm not a big collector of them. I just pick a couple I like, and that's all I get. So.
See, I started with Series 1, and I have them all on the wall.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
So can't let go, Joey.
I won't. I will collect them all. And then of course now I usually try to keep 5 that are sealed, and then I put that in that display. So I have that end cap rack thing. So now I'm gonna have boxes on that. So
well, it's probably gonna be a little bit different style for this new when the boxes come out.
You're right. Yeah. So I'll have boy.
I'll let you know when I walk out of Walmart with one, like I usually do.
How do you end up doing that? I mean,
I just go take them and I'll stock them on the shelf and then I'll just check out with 1 or 2, or sometimes none. I just walk out. It's the trash to them. It's the trash.
I know, but I know.
No, there's no shame, Joey. No shame.
All you can do is try. What are they going to do? Stop you?
Well, I don't know. I've seen plenty of videos on Walmart. I don't really want to. I mean, them guys get a little crazy at the door.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. Can't do that anymore.
So one thing, I forgot my wallet one day, and I realized those things. It's a dying thing as a wallet, I guess, because they have your digital wallet. And I realized that I was at Walmart and I was like, oh shoot, I can't. But with the Walmart app, you can check out. And it's like, oh, this is easy, but they don't give you a receipt. So it's like I haven't done it yet because we got a couple of Walmart stores in my area where they try to check people's receipts, but they're not really diligent with it.
They're only supposed to check your receipt if you have something that's not in a bag.
And that's what I'm saying. When I buy a Lego, when I self check out, I walk up to the register with a stack of Lego sets. I walk out of the store with a stack of Lego sets. I'm not going to put them. I haven't gotten checked yet, but it's like I've just after that day, I'm like, oh, I'll just use the app now. It's easier.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Well, when you check out, it actually gives you the option. Do you want to print it? Do you want to text it to yourself? Or do
maybe
you
I haven't seen that option. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, it's on self checkout.
Okay.
It asks you, do you want to text? Do you want to print it? Or do you want
I must have selected text, and then that just defaults to that every time now.
Yeah.
Well, for you, it's probably just as easy to just have it delivered anymore, isn't it? Since they deliver to your house.
Yeah, because you get same day.
Well, there's limits on things, but yeah, because some things you can only get like 2 or 3 online. But it is funny when they'll have a lot limit. But then I could go in that same. I'll buy it online. They'll bring it to my house for free, or I could go up to the store and buy more of it if I wanted to. So
Lot limits.
I don't know if you've seen that, Stacey, where you buy from Walmart online and they put it in a bag and put it on your porch.
I have. I've been doing it.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with it. I'm like,
Okay.
I have $35 worth of stuff if it means I'll
that's
have to
easy.
go to Walmart. Yeah.
And same day. That's like
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, most of the time I guess I'm ordering probably later in the day, but usually I get it the next morning at like 9 a.m. It's already sitting on my doorstep.
You know what I don't understand about that is if you do the pickup, like if you order groceries and you want to go to the store and pick it up, you have to schedule a time.
Right.
And all the slots might be full, and it's like it might be 10 in the morning and I can't get it to it. But you could do like Jabo and order it online and it shows up at your door.
Yeah. No,
Like-
it's true.
Do they deliver the groceries though too?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I guess they would. I mean, I
I'm
don't
just
know.
kinda wondering
It would
about
have to be it had to be available online. I think there's a different thing that they use for the grocery pickup.
I see. Okay, that would make sense.
Because when I did when I first discovered it, I thought that it was going to be mailed to me. I didn't know they were actually going to deliver it.
Right.
And I think they choose whatever's. If the local store has it in stock, they just deliver it that way.
See, and I get. Here's my thing. I know I live in a very small town, as Earl loves to point out. So I know a lot of the people who like deliver the pizza to our house, and so I just kind of get. There's times it's like, I know who's working. And
it's like our UPS driver. It's like now that we have a Ring doorbell. It's like, oh, I don't want to see this guy anymore.
He knows it's Lego.
Yeah.
What are in these boxes? This guy. Well, now you can blame it on Milo, though.
We had a FedEx guy one time because I live on a slope, and the guy, I had ordered like a 50 pound bulk lot, and he carried it up on his shoulder.
Oh.
And he put it on our front porch, and we opened the door right as he was getting there because we were like, we'll go ahead and get it inside. And he just goes, "You're killing me."
Oh.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were gonna I thought you were gonna put it on a dolly and bring it up the hill, not carry it.
Right.
Did you see the Jabo? You didn't see Jabo's box with his 2 Black Panthers, did you?
No, I didn't post that. I just
You
I sent that to y'all.
To us, yeah.
Yeah. So I ordered 2 of the Black Panthers when they were they put them in a box together.
Wow.
It was like a refrigerator box.
And there was extra space. I mean, you could put 2 bodies in there.
Wow.
It's the biggest box I've ever received.
And it came better than what Romaville would have.
Yeah, it wasn't neither one of them were damaged. It was amazing.
Did you give it to Milo to play in?
That's a Charlie thing. The cat. He likes the box.
That's true. Yeah.
Do like we did when we were kids. Turn the box upside down and cut windows out of it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make
a house.
You know, that's still a thing because the other day Dakota took off with a couple Amazon boxes. And and it was what he was doing was playing in a box. I can't remember if I think he was making a submarine or something.
No.
So it's just a little kid thing.
Yeah, I love that it still exists.
What? How mad did your parents get when on Christmas Day or whatever? You're playing in a box and all the stuff is sitting to the side.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, one of my son's earliest videos that he made. It was making something out of a cardboard box, a Minecraft hat. That's when I didn't know what Minecraft was.
I still don't understand Minecraft. It's like Atari graphics. That's what Minecraft is. Yeah. 8-bit. It's 8-bit graphics.
Well, it's like some of these back a few years ago. Some of these channels on YouTube, these almost like AI generated channels with the very poorly animated storytelling. It's like a storytelling, but they use bad animation. That like became the thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so now it's the thing is have a trapezoid thumbnail,
A
two
trapezoid.
Yeah, it's a trapezoid. You got to have a diagonal line that goes. I can't do it. There, trapezoid.
Yeah.
Split screen.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And then day 1 and day 100 in one of them says day 1, the other one says day 100.
You have to
And
look
just do whatever.
scared or surprised in it too.
Yeah.
Well, Joey, you could do ours. You could do our first podcast and the latest podcast and be the same picture.
It would be. Yeah. I think, I am like the boringest person because it's always the same background. It's been the same background forever. Yeah, it would be.
Wait. There's one drawer. There's different drawers are open.
I had them all full. Because I worked really hard to get them all full before this episode. And 2 orders came in when I came down, and I was like, "Where did these?" I got 2, so I picked the order. So yeah, sorry, Earl. There's 2 drawers missing.
Well, it's okay because I'm on my phone, so I can't.
You can't see.
Oh,
Well, I see you got one back here missing.
Do I? Oh, I sure do. It's actually on the floor because I have to transfer it to another drawer, but I don't have any drawers to put it in. So,
well, I bought 6 more of the Acromills, the 64 drawer. I was thinking they were on. I was just getting ready to look and see. I thought they were like 15% off, but it doesn't show anything now. They're back to $50. But I filled in. I know it's horrible, but I filled in the wall. So it's all the way to. So now, Earl, I may jump into the Harbor Freight ones or something.
That's all I'm buying. I think I could do if I clean up the what do you call it? The camera angle, the off camera. If I clean up the off camera, I can go 2 more rows. I think, but I got to shift everything over, or my numbers will be backwards. So.
Well, it's important to get the
you
numbers
could just
correct.
know where everything is, like Stacey does.
Yeah.
I know. I'm a crazy person. I was actually pulling an order and I was thinking about that conversation. I'm like, yeah, this is nonsense to everybody but me.
As long as it works for you. It's just it's when you hire that first employee.
Mm-hmm. I'll make them make the system when
there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Well, as long as it works, I think it's better because when you start doing what we're doing with the number, it's got to be scalable. Like,
right.
Because you say, okay, I'm done. I got all the drawers I need. Then when you get more, you're like, well, now I don't want to get my numbers out of sequence.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah.
Well, see, and that's
at home, living at home still, I keep picturing like what it would be if I moved out. And so I'm like, I don't want to start a system while I'm not considering this my permanent place. So
whatever you do, don't ever duplicate your numbers. Just keep
it's better to skip numbers than to duplicate them. I actually found one that I duplicated. I pulled the drawer and I was like, why is it not in here? And I looked at the next drawer, same number. So now I guess I need to label one of them A and one of them B.
Yeah, that works.
But see, and that's like these behind me they have a letter A in front of them in the computer. Some of them have them on the drawers, but the numbers are all sequential. But the A's tell me it's in this room, and the B's tell me it's in the other room. And if I guess geography.
Now I've seen a lot of people that do a similar thing where they'll let them know what row it is and stuff. But you will find that you'll know where stuff is. You won't, and it doesn't take long. A new person working in, if you were hired somebody, it would take them a few days but after a while, the muscle memory.
Right. Well, and then, my employee would be my wife, and if she can't find it, you know what that is. Joey, get in here. So, I know.
Well, the amazing thing is when they can find a part that you put in the wrong drawer. Like, because you got to type in that remarks, you got to type the number, and you type the number wrong, and you don't realize you typed it wrong. And
you're right.
And you're like, was it drawer well, I'm trying to think of a number 1238, and it's in drawer 1328,
right?
Something like that.
I type in all of my Lego sets into an Excel sheet to keep track of them. And the other day, I had a number listed, and there is no set with that number.
With that number.
And I'm like, what? I have no idea what it's supposed to be. I tried rearranging all the numbers. So I just put it in at the bottom. I'm like, someday I'll figure out what this was supposed to be. So until then,
so do you have them in Ziploc bags and then in totes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you have your totes labeled.
Right. Yeah. Do you have your totes labeled?
Yeah, I'm in the process of redoing that because I had only started it and then I stopped, and so now I'm redoing it. Basically, as I upload them to Instagram or YouTube, then they get put in a new tote, and I number it at that point. So
I thought you were going to say you're redoing them to find out what set you're
missing.
Yeah.
I thought about doing something similar, just starting over, just like get everything grouped by theme, and just I'm going to do a video or take a picture of this set, and it's going in the tote.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, it's been working well. So
good.
So I put this on here last. I don't think we talked about it. When did we become collectors? Just buying and collecting, not doing anything with it.
I was 14. I remember.
Well, so what was it for you then?
Right,
what was
it?
It was a little Alpha Team set that I got. It was right at it was either 8th grade or freshman year of high school, but I just loved the little box, and I was like, I don't want to open this. And so then I started just buying sets that come in the tiniest boxes I could find. And I have not opened any of them since that point.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. So I have a massive collection of just tiny boxed sets.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to have something still sealed from when I was 14 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 31, so it's been a while.
So Joey,
there's 30 years between when I was yeah.
That's about when I became a collector 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
So we know Jabbo just did he did his little podcast, and that was pretty interesting. So Joey, how did you go from the set your wife bought to just keep?
I think the first thing that I really started collecting was actual collecting was the CMFs. You know, I've had Lego, I had Lego when I was a kid. I had a lot of the space sets and stuff. And then there was up until about when I turned about 30. So it's, 24 years ago now. My wife famously got me some Star Wars sets. And then we just kind of had Lego here, there, and yonder when my daughter got born. But when the CMFs come out, I actively started collecting those. And honestly, as, make more money or whatever, then it was just like, well, I'm going to collect some of this. And then we started collecting princess sets, and then it just kind of grew until it got out of control like it is now.
Yeah.
So.
Was it 2010 when the CMFs started?
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Let me look and see. What was Series 1? I would go to Toys R Us, and I was one of those guys that was standing there feeling the packages. I hate doing that, but
yeah.
Series 1 CMFs. Where are you? Series 1 CMFs 2010. You were right. Wow. Perfect.
So what turned you on to Samsonite?
Ooh, that is a good question. I think it kind of, to me, it kind of started as like that underdog thing. And then when I found the story was like Lego didn't like Samsonite, and all that. It's just kind of one of those things. It's like nobody else really was at the time. Nobody else was really collecting it, but I was fascinated with that. Oh, well, you were, yeah, but not like I still and there's not a lot of people collecting it, right? No. But not like everything else, but yeah, it would just be it became it was just kind of cool because it was one of those things there was always a hunt, right? Because Samsonite stuff was not as easy to find.
Well, it wasn't known. I mean, it's only in the last 10 or 15 years we've had a better idea what was actually out there.
Right. Well, and then I got Gary's book. And
Yeah.
when I got Gary's book, it was like, oh, wow, there's a lot of stuff. BrickSet didn't have any of the pictures. And then when Hugh had opened it up and said, oh, I'm going to go all the way back to the 50s. And I was like, dude, I have all these sets that I can take pictures of. So I started putting the pictures on BrickSet. So
yeah, I told them this, but it was like I had emailed Hugh specifically about this years ago. I like, why is there nothing before 1965?
Right. He
says just too complicated. There's too much work in it, so he didn't want to fool with it. And I'm glad Joey's helped him come around.
I didn't help him come around, but I definitely helped put a bunch of pictures in there. There's a ton of, and there's so much that's still missing. So much of the Samsonite stuff still missing out of his.
Well, it just gets confusing when you got so many different variations of the same number.
Right.
Sometimes the same set. But
yeah, it was just Samsonite didn't document. Their catalogs weren't very good, and
the pieces weren't as good.
Yeah, that's the part that really I love, the fact that Lego gave them, sold them, rented them, whatever that policy was, but they were using Lego modes to make Lego bricks here in the United States, and they just kind of screwed it up. So I love
that's why you get all the mixed up logos on the studs and things. So,
yep.
Yeah,
it is kind of cool.
So I started my first theme that I tried to complete was Castle, and then Pirates. That's when I was buying stuff I kept it in the box. Everything before that I opened and threw the box away.
I was gonna say you were collecting that when it was new, though, or at least some of it. Not
yes,
all
it was when it was in stores. Yes,
yeah,
and it's like you go to that. I think all of us, like today, the dilemma is like I can't afford stuff. Well, that's right. I mean, then it was the same thing. I can't afford.
Right.
I can't afford everything, so you have to decide. And fortunately, the clearance was amazing in the 80s and the 90s, and
I seem to remember that was, I mean, for me to remember as a kid that there was clearance. You had mentioned service merchandise, and I forgot all about service merchandise. Going into service merchandise and getting stuff that they had on sale or clearance or whatever.
Yeah, just wait till December 26th, man.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
If you have a Kroger, go to Kroger on December 26th.
Oh, we got a big one here in town. I haven't been. I got to start remembering to check that.
They had it Lego for like 70 or 75% off on the day after Christmas. They get a very limited amount.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's still a huge sale.
Does your Kroger have a sign on the aisle that has Lego that says Legos?
Ours
Legos
at Christmas, okay. So I don't think so.
We got one of those like super Krogers that's got like a bar and everything in it, and so they always have toys in it. Yeah. But the aisle says Legos, Legos.
That's terrible.
I love it. Yeah, they obviously don't know. Lego doesn't.
I have a reel that's going mildly viral right now, and so I can see every time someone shares it and they like caption it, and people all the time will share it and they'll go, "Oh, I love Legos. I love Legos." And I'm like, I don't. If you love it, then you would know.
Then you would know. Yes.
Well, I want to redo the video I made about that. I need to make it more in the style that people do today, but it's like everybody that thinks they're saying it right is saying it wrong. Because the word Lego
is
It's an adjective,
right.
according to Lego.
Yes.
And I just used it as a noun just then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're supposed to say like Lego sets or Lego bricks or Lego minifigures.
So when it gets to that, when we're like, don't say Lego, say Lego. No, you say, like you said, say Lego sets, Lego bricks, but nobody does.
Yeah,
nobody does it.
I've tried to make a conscious effort to do that, but occasionally I will use it as a noun. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't use the S, so I think that's still
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely, the hardcore fans versus the casual people. Yeah.
I have said it in some of my videos before. I've said it with the S, and I'll get people in the
I'll
comments.
say it.
Legos. You do it on purpose, though.
Especially if somebody tells me not to do it.
Yeah, well, and that's the whole thing, right? Lego has told you not to do it. By their, so
it's so easy to do. I understand it. I just like to give people a hard time about it.
I got tired of correcting my kids, so it's like, whatever.
So the other rule is it has to be in all caps.
I do that, yeah.
Okay. Which is why I love the Samsonite stuff and the early Lego stuff. Early Lego stuff, they didn't do it. So that's something they created later, that rule.
That's lawyers for you.
Yeah.
Protect the copyright, protect the trademark. So
my phone auto does it now. Like even if I were to do it lowercase, my phone.
Autocorrect.
Yeah.
Well, it does it because you've trained it, I think.
Right.
I mean, just because you've done it so many times.
Yeah.
It'll put Ninjago in all caps. And
really?
I rarely type Ninjago. So, and I didn't know it was supposed to be all caps, but it does that. So.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I haven't read anything official on that, but when I went and looked, I'm like, I guess it does look like it's in all caps in everything I've seen. So.
I was gonna say, I bet.
Yeah, a lot of their themes they do that. There's like Duplo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Duplo's not though, is it? It's got the little lowercase.
Does it?
I think it probably depends on which era of Duplo. Here we go. We're gonna look up Duplo.
You can go to Lego.com.
Duplo is Lego. Oh, there you go. Yeah, go to Lego.com. Yeah, I don't know why I just went to.
I'm going to TikTok see what they're doing. Yeah, it's all caps with a registered trademark next to it.
Yeah, but hang on, I'm gonna share this. This is just yeah. Hang on.
Did they break their own rule?
Oh yes. But
that's what I love is when they do that.
Oh wow.
Oh, lowercase. All lowercase.
All lowercase.
Wow.
I've never paid attention, I guess.
Which one's the current logo?
I don't know. Which one?
So when you write it, it's uppercase, but when it's on the box,
that's weird.
Let's see the box art of a current set.
I was gonna say,
yes, lowercase. It's all lowercase. Yeah. The box is. Yep, you're right.
But if you type it, you're supposed to do all caps.
Well, I
don't know what I'm clicking on, so who knows?
Wow.
Coles.
Now, when you look at it, see at the top, the printed parts.
Yeah.
It's all caps.
Okay, so if you're typing it, it's all caps, but if it's on the box, it's lowercase.
Nice.
Lego.
Way to be confusing, Lego.
Legos.
What do we
call wells?
What do we call people who work at Lego? Lego. I don't know. All right.
Where are we?
Yeah, that was my favorite.
So let's see. You're talking about wanting to rename the bracket episodes, and at the beginning of May, something changed.
Yeah. So Jabbo suggested, because the bracket episode is the finale bracket episode is taking off. It's gone crazy for my channel.
111. I checked it before this.
Is it?
Wow.
111.
And I don't know.
17 comments. So that, I mean.
Still, the views are awesome.
Yeah. But so, okay, so I went to look through the analytics. It's all suggested video, right? So it's YouTube is pushing it for whatever reason. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate it. But at the same time that all of those channels or all those videos started taking off, the podcast started taking off. Nothing else on my channel is taking off. All of those views are coming from TVs.
That's why you don't get comments then.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right.
How can you see where the views are? Like where they're being viewed from?
Okay. I'll go away here for a second, but I'll see if I can find the page.
I was just curious. I didn't know you could see like
traffic sources or something.
Yeah, analytics, and then you go to shoot, how do I do this? Content.
It's okay. I was just curious. I didn't know that was an option.
There's so much in the analytics. It's like
I wonder if that's people clicking on it while they're doing something. Whether it's
it could autoplay after another one that they watch because that's when you were looking at what other people watch. It's what people watch on TV, like.
Right.
Baby Shark and Coco Melon.
Yeah.
so they maybe we're on YouTube Kids.
I don't know. My daughter says that's where when they watch it that they end up seeing it. I'm not going to be able to find it now. It's one of those advanced. You have to go to the advanced mode. Let's see if I click the advanced. And then I'm trying to find one where it doesn't show any of the CPM stuff because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Traffic source. I'm getting close.
I never look at it. Do I?
Well, yes, it's probably a good thing not to look because it's like I miss the days of.
Here it is. Okay.
Not knowing.
Well, you guys keep finding out
what I like either way. So I'm like, it really doesn't bother me as much if they don't like it because I'm like, it's not going to stop me from posting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my mindset.
It's I just post stuff because I enjoy it. We enjoy doing the podcast. It's
right. I'm glad it's successful. That's awesome.
Okay, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. So that's a year, and that blue line, that's May right there, right? Okay. And all of that is
device type, TV, mobile.
Cool.
TV, 9,000 just in that one spot. The blue line is TV. Yeah, there's TV over here.
So it used to be typically mobile phone would be the biggest.
Right. And it's 23%.
But I don't understand why a podcast would be playing on TV.
Yeah, that's interesting. Although this is a visual podcast, I guess. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess, yeah. It's like there's that many people wanting to watch us. It's like, okay. All right, I gotta stop this.
Well, the reason I suggested the older episodes because those are the ones that are viewed the least.
Right.
But there is also the title. You don't know what it's about.
Yes, I didn't do a very good job titling it. And you had suggested that I put the years in there that we were talking about in the bracket. Stacey, we did a bracket where we took every year and competed against another year. Yeah. Wow. And then we came up with our favorite year in a basketball bracket style.
That sounds cool.
Jabbo's the one that you basically set up who was against who, right? Like
I tried I tried to pick bad years against good years in the early,
Yeah, you were handicapping it.
Yeah.
But when we did so many years in a single episode. We did like 10 years or something. And they're not consecutive. It wasn't like 1956 to 1966. It was 1956 against 2008 and 2010.
Oh, that would make it hard to title it.
Yeah. So I gave up trying to figure out how to title it.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
But they're
old.
I mean, if you have an if you have a suggestion, I'll throw it in there. So
Okay. Yeah.
We
What's
could
your
do
favorite
that.
year, Stacey?
Ever?
Yeah. Could you narrow it down to a single year?
I just worked on like my top 10, another top 10 video.
Okay.
And I'm having such a hard time with 10 sets, much less to pick 1 year.
Here's the challenge. Do a top 10, and then a year later, don't watch your video and do another top 10 and see if you can get it the same.
Oh, 24 hours later, it would be different.
Yeah, that's what.
So
I mean, I was rearranging them as I was filming the video. Because I'm like, no, I was right about this one, you know. But I would say probably something in the 80s. I don't know off the top of my head. I would have to be looking at some of the sets.
And that's why we let you on our show.
Yep, because spoiler alert, the winner was.
Do you know which the winner was, Earl?
Okay.
I know what the I know what.
80 was it 83?
Anything that starts with an 80 would be a good guess.
I'd go with 84 because of I think
that's
the Cargo Center came out, and that's like a top favorite.
Yeah, 84 is great. That's Castle too, and I mean, there's so many good years in the 80s. 89 is Pirates.
Oh yeah.
88, but it was 1980.
Was okay
because you still had some of the classic space, and you had the starting of Trains. So we like Trains, so that's why it won out. Whereas 83 or 84, those probably otherwise would probably be better.
I was gonna say,
so you know how we could do it again. We could do it again. We could put 2022 versus 2023, and we could do it month versus month.
Oh,
because so many sets come out each month.
Well, it's like we've gone from a garden hose to a fire hose.
Mm-hmm. There ain't no doubt. Yeah.
You could do like August 1st release from 2022 to August 1st release of 2023.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can go to 1975.
Go to 1975.
How many sets in 1975?
Well, hang on, let me look. I gotta scroll all the way back up.
And it probably includes service packs.
I miss the service packs. I know they've done some similar stuff, but they're just not as good as the older ones.
Service pack 45.
45 sets for the entire year.
That's insane.
And how many were this year?
900.
At least 250.
45.
It's
732 so far.
I think it was 45 dot sets.
Yeah, well, eventually, if Lego hits the 1,000 mark one year, I think that's when they've gone too far.
2022. How many in 2022? 962.
Yeah.
Oh, so they'll probably break it this year.
They'll probably break it this year. Yeah.
And I think I don't think it's doing as well this year as it did last year.
And just for clarification, that includes everything. It's like gear, magazines, or everything that's on the list. I don't even think everything's actually even on there.
Yeah.
So we did the bracket in what was it? 2020?
It was 20. Wait a minute. It was
because we didn't include.
We did 60. It included 64 years. So it was from 1958 to 2021, which was 64 different years.
Okay.
So it didn't include 2022. Then we're like, oh man, there's a lot of good stuff in 2022.
Okay, well there we go. Is 2022 better than 1980?
No.
That was easy. I mean, I'm just going to look at the 2 train sets that came out and compare them to the ones in 1980. And we're going to say, nah.
They will always lose.
Yeah. I don't know. So, Stacey, did you ever pick a favorite year?
I didn't. I need to actually see some of the sets per year. Like, it's hard to just think of them off the top of my head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's what we use BrickSet, and we just you can pick a year and just look at all the sets and go through.
I think when I was a kid, 2002 was like that's what I remember being like one of the craziest years in Lego in our house. So I would say like if it were just for when I was growing up, I would say that was my favorite year for Lego. But overall, it would definitely be something way older than that.
Well, 2002 is a good year because that was the studio stuff.
I love studios. Yes. Yeah, we had the Steven Spielberg set.
Yeah.
We, that was it, that technology with the little camera. We thought that was amazing. So.
And Jack Stone.
Oh my.
Yes.
I actually kind of missed doing the bracket. The bracket was kind of fun. We'll have to wait 10 years to do it again, though.
Bob the Builder.
IntelliTrains.
So that's the Duplo theme that I am sadly lacking in, is the IntelliTrains.
IntelliTrains?
Yeah, I remember those being in the stores, and now I wish... Because they're the most expensive trains to get.
And that train is always broken.
Oh, it is? Maybe that's why it's expensive.
Well, yeah. So here's the thing. This is kind of cool because the new Duplo trains are actually really nice. These, when you were a kid and you put your hand on them, a little kid, the motors started clicking and grinding.
Oh,
know. The new ones don't. When you put your hand on them, it stops.
Yeah.
The train actually just stops. And if
that's a good feature.
Yeah. So
I've noticed that I've given my grandson stuff that he's too young for.
Right. Yeah.
But you see stuff like that. It's like you give him a toy that's moving and he wants to put it down on the ground and hold it and push it while it's moving. And it's obviously it's going to break.
Right. Right. But
the music stuff, the best stuff ever.
Yeah.
I will say too that I feel like Lego used to be out for longer, like when they were set, and so I could be thinking of like 2001 sets that were still out in 2002. So I don't have specifics, but adventurer sets were really big in my house. So any of the years that there were, a lot of releases of those. I also was a kid of the Legends era, so I got a lot of sets that were technically older sets, but I got them in 2002. So
I wish that that was a good series, and it's they even had one that went back to the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, the USS Constellation.
I got the Pizza to Go and the Breezeway Cafe.
Yeah, those are good.
And I loved those. So
So back to CMFs. Did you hear, Joey, that the next series of regular minifigs is going to be space themed?
So a non-licensed theme is going to be space? CMFs.
Yeah.
I hope they hit all the old school themes like insectoids. And
that would be
cool. Yeah.
That'd be
there's no details other than it's going to be space.
It will be like 12 or
12 different space figures. But
that would be awesome. I mean, like Stacey said, if they would go back and redo all the old ones, or will they do all new? Will we get like 12 cool colors?
They'll probably do modern versions of the old ones.
That wouldn't be bad either, because they've done some really cool. Some of the space ones they've done have really been pretty neat.
Well, I wonder if it's because the maroon spaceman did so well. Like, we can really take advantage of this.
Maybe.
Well, they got a lot of other colors. I think he's brown.
Brown. I'm sorry, he's brown. Yeah. He's brown.
Let's get. We need the highlighter yellow one now.
Ooh, yeah. Cool.
So he would glow under a black light,
and
that's what.
The purple's coming in the new. In the fall pack, right?
Oh man,
the helmet is. We still got to get the.
We got to get the air tank. Yeah.
Air tank. Yeah.
Oh, what if they put a purple spaceman in this new space set?
Oh well. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not sad that I parted out the set, so I ain't worried about it. I got the.
It has a more than 2 times the price part out, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, we're over.
You never. I'm sorry. I was just going to say you You never regret buying something that you like. So
That's right. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't have that many comments today. I just said I would just put a comment to let you guys know the bracket was now number 1, but
everybody's watching on TV. Hi, TV viewers. This episode is brought to you by the bracket.
Yeah. So Brian at Battery Powered Bricks, he says when looking at analytics, you can click content and it will basically show the same thing without showing revenue or CPM. Also useful for separating videos and shorts. So had I looked at this earlier, we could have dialed it. We could have used our phone a friend.
Yeah,
right in when you were
I know. Yeah, Brian still needs that ultimate. Stacy's the quickest returning guest. Brian's like needs one more to be number 5. Yeah.
We need to get a gold sticker for when he does make this fifth.
Have to make you a special sticker. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Geology Joe, I was waiting for the punchline in your story about work, Jabbo. I'm conditioned to get a dad joke at the beginning. Then I saw the title of the video.
What was the? Oh,
what did you title the video?
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't titled, know. What does Joey? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. This is the. This was the one that y'all did. This when I dropped off.
Oh, what do we talk about when Earl drops off?
Oh, that's all right. Just do those comments.
I'm gonna keep going. Sage Brick or Sega Bricks, or it's not Sega. He doesn't have an E in there. I restart videos sometimes on my phone to see if anyone responded to my comment. So that always contributes to plus 100% views of the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And let's add video run while reading.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't read and listen.
Well, what he does is he's not paying attention. It's just the video is.
No. Where'd you go? You came back.
That was quick.
You there?
Yeah, we're here. You switched places, Earl.
Now I know what you're all talking about when I haven't watched your content because I'm too busy leaving comments on other channels.
Did you watch it, Earl?
And
I don't think Earl can hear us.
Natamar 4482.
Earl.
Great video, Joey. I never watched the podcast. Have a great weekend.
Can you hear me, Earl?
We've lost Earl.
So,
the Saints stink.
Oh, don't do that.
They're the worst.
Is he texting me? Yes, we can't hear you, Earl. Okay, well.
Good run now.
Wait a minute.
I think it changed microphones, is what it did. Can you hear us now, Earl?
Yeah. Was that me or y'all?
We can hear you. You just sound muffled now.
Okay, hold on.
You lost your microphone or something.
It would not be a. What's our show called again? I forgot. We've been doing this so long. I forgot. A.F.o.O.L Podcast.
Yes.
Got to have some technical difficulties.
Well,
we did pretty good though.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we made it.
Hour.
I almost survived.
You almost survived.
Almost.
Well, do we want to forego the rest of the comments for now?
Sure.
Okay. I can't get Earl's attention. Can you hear us, Earl?
I can hear you.
Okay. You sound like you're in a bucket. So.
Yeah, your volume's gone down.
Yeah, that's because my AirPods died on me.
Oh, that's why we lost it.
Okay.
When we hit the hour and a half mark, I guess they died.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't hear the little didn't. And why did the AirPods not work on iMovie on your on the camera on a phone? I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I'm an Android guy.
No.
I don't have AirPods, so
Oh,
I still have my Beats by Dre that are from 2016.
Oh, good. AirPods are the things that you forget to take out of your pocket and you put through the wash. And
I bet.
Those are a little expensive for doing that.
Yes. All right. Wait, did you do the poll?
Oh, I didn't. We could do the poll. So
can we at least do that before we go?
Yeah, we could do the poll. What happened was, I don't have to find the results. Apparently, I put the same poll up twice because that's how organized I am.
It was a Festivus celebration.
Okay, I got to go to my. Oh no, where'd my analytics go? Here. Okay. And then go back. I want to see what the poll results are. So I did basically what was the sorry, my brain is not real good at doing 3 things at once here. Close. Here we go. We're close.
I had it.
And then I spelled it wrong. Okay, so the poll is what is your favorite Lego convention, right? So Brickworld, BrickFair, Brick Slopes, because of our Bricking News friends, and other put in the comments, or Never Been. Well, Never Been won out 62%.
Wow.
That's surprising, actually.
I thought so too. But Brickworld came in at 19 and other was 11. And then there was a lot of good places. A lot of them were in Europe. We got a lot of people from Europe. There was
well, it's just
there's
a lot of there's a lot of different conventions.
Yeah.
And those Brickworld and BrickFair aren't the only ones.
Yeah, well,
they're great.
Duncan said Philly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and most people. There's several people. There's one you read. I don't know whether that was that, but it's in somewhere overseas in the Netherlands. Yeah. I don't know. It was pretty cool to.
That would be cool to go to one of those.
Yeah. Oh, Earl went dark.
Yeah, he's in dark mode.
He's in dark mode. Okay. So, what do we want to do for the next poll? Do we have a? Oh, wait, somebody's put one in here. How did you find Bricklink? Ooh, that's an interesting question. How did you find Bricklink, Stacey?
I found it through Peeron.
Okay.
I didn't use it at that point, but I remember going to it, and we thought it was probably a scam. It looked so sketchy when it started. Because it was so low tech. It's only been in the last couple of years that it's really they've really cleaned up the website. I mean, it used to be you would just send money to a PayPal, email address and hope for the best. So, so I didn't actually start using it until 2017 when I was trying to complete a set and I couldn't find the parts on eBay. And I was like, well, this person has 3,000 people who said they got their parts, so I'll try it. And the rest is history.
It's funny. I had totally forgot about it, even though that was the most of the time that I've been using Bricklink. Is that you had sellers that didn't know how to send people a link. So literally, if they paid you, they had to go in there, type in your email address, and enter all the information.
I mean, that's how it started for me, and I started in 2017. That's not that long ago. Yeah.
So. Clutch, Bricks on the Dollar, he did a video. It was one of his earliest things he did. He did a video. It's probably about that time, about 2017, about how to add a link, a clickable link where somebody can just check out that way back then. Of course, now it's so much easier. But having that, when I'd send people the automated email, they could click the link and then they didn't have to type anything in.
Right.
Brick Bay and Bricklink was such a not user-friendly site, which it kept a lot of people off of it.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a good thing.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Daniel Jezik was just one guy, kid, literally a kid doing it by himself. So.
That's so sad. I always think every year when they announce the anniversary, I'm like, what would he think?
Right
now, it's like I got bought by Lego, and
it's so sad to know that he didn't ever get to see how successful this site is.
Right.
Yeah, it's my favorite website, I think.
Yeah,
it's Bricklink. But I was like you. I used Puron back in the day a lot. That there was more of a database of things before Bricklink came along, and Brickset got big.
Mm-hmm. I still think Bricklink. I mean, I like Brickset. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a big fan, and obviously, I contribute picture stuff. But I think Bricklink has more things in their database. I mean, obviously, they have all the parts, but it feels like it just feels like it is more complete. If that's so. Don't have a real good way of tracking your own personal inventory, but they're working on it. They're trying. Yeah.
So one of the early questions I got back in the day when I started doing YouTube was, "Is Bricklink safe?" That's what people would always ask.
I still see that. There's a Reddit Bricklink thread, and that you'll see people pop in there. Is this real? Is it a scam? Is it?
Well, if you never experienced it, I honestly, I can see that. I see people doing.
I saw today in the Bricklink Reddit, somebody had posted a picture, and it's the classic thing. It shows you have 10 parts available, and they were 10 parts for 20 cents. And the guy was asking the question: does this guy have? If I buy this for 20 cents, do I get all 10, or do I just get one?
Oh.
But they just didn't know, right?
Yeah.
Of course, it's Reddit, so guess what kind of
could be a 9-year-old.
Yeah. Well, they did not get 9-year-old answers. Let me tell you.
Reddit. That's the front page of the internet.
Yeah. Is that Earl?
That was scary.
Is he going to be in here twice?
I don't know, but I'm going to mute him because I don't know what all that noise was. I think.
It might be.
Well, now it's just us.
Yeah.
You muted yourself.
I think there's a vacuum.
That's what it sounds like. Yes. Yeah. Well, I'll unmute Earl now. You're back, Earl. If you're, maybe.
Let me see if I can change that setting.
I can't unmute Earl. Why can't I unmute him? Oh wow, it's getting.
Is it worse now?
Yeah. What is that?
It's a vacuum. Let me see if I can.
The A.F.o.O.L Podcast has officially gone off the rails at this point.
Well, we had a chance to end on a high note.
We just kept carrying on.
Okay. But I'll have a clean house.
It's late to be vacuuming.
It is for Jabbo. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
I was going to say it's 10:30 where I am.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
where
really?
It is? Yeah, it's 10:30 here.
Oh, yeah, you got both of your names. I'm sorry. Jabbo, you want to wrap this up?
Yeah. So we want to thank Stacey for joining us again here, a true A.F.o.O.L. Yes. And we're going to be getting more as she gets into this, going to these brick fairs and other shows. And let us know which, what was I going to say? I've done this so long, I forget how to end these things. Be sure to check out all the links in the description. Like the video if you liked it. And if you didn't, we're not going to vacuum your house.
You guys.